we are in the Batik Room. Batik is kind of the special thing in Indonesia because UNESCO is already claimed that the batik is came from Indonesia, so like that. So that's why we're making a special room in this museum. It's all about batik. So in here we have two types of tools to making a batik. The first one, this is the stem. Yes, this is for the stem, to making a batik easier than the writing batik like this one. And this one is called chanting. Chanting is kind of a brush to designing the batik, so like that. So actually this is not the first step. The first step we designing the motif on the tissue with the pencil, and then after that we giving wax with this one on the design. Yes, this is the wax, or Indonesian call this one, or Japanese people call this one malam. So malam is actually the wax, kind of a wax, so like that. And then after that we put this wax in here and we burning in the bottom. And then after that the liquid, kind of a liquid like that, we take that wax with this chanting, and then after that we designing.
So this one are the one that are traditional?
Yes, this is one of a traditional, and this is the, for now, the manual batik like this one is the most expensive batik that we sold, so like that. And then why that one expensive? Because we have to be patient when we designing that batik. Different with this one, this just take like 1 day or 2 days. We just stamp, and then after that finish. So like that.
Yeah, I've had a
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I know how difficult it is to make traditional batik.
Yes.
It's very difficult.
Yes, like that. So that's why the price is pretty expensive. But I think when you buy the original writing batik, the price is worth, because the clothes is pretty good. The design is original, and then etc. like that.
The batik, if you buy them, the traditional ones, it lasts for a very long time.
Oh yeah. Okay, maybe we next to the one of another beautiful collection that we have. We going to the Wayang Room, so like that. Now we are in the Wayang Room. So Wayang is kind of a traditional puppet in Indonesia. By the way, there is a reason why we call it that one Wayang, because basically the name of Wayang we take from the Sanskrit language. Wayang, that means the shadow. Why we call it the shadow? Because in the past time when we watching this puppet, we just watching the shadow, so like that. So that's why we call it this one Wayang. So actually Wayang have many types in Indonesia. So the famous one is a Wayang kulit, or a leather puppet. Because the puppet, all of that made from the leather of a buffalo. And also there is another puppet, that one called Wayang golek. Wayang golek is basically made from the wood, and in the past time only the rich people can watching the golek puppet show. And then another one, we also have a kelitik puppet. The kelitik puppet is actually mixed puppet between leather puppet and then the golek puppet. So we call it that one kelitik puppet because when we playing the puppet, the sound like a klitik klitik klitik. That's why we call it that one kelitik puppet. So in this room is all about leather puppet. So in the past time, to making a leather puppet take a long time, because they have to be detailed to making a like a hole, because the hole in the puppet is a pretty precise, but pretty the hole is a pretty important. Yeah, the hole in the puppet is a pretty important, because the hole is making a design and making a motif in the shadow, so like that. So maybe also to go to the another room. That one is kind of a golek puppet like that.
Dear audience, we're now in the mask room. So why is the mask important for Japanese people or Indonesian people in general?
Oh yeah, basically in the past time, we also have a traditional dancing in Indonesia. All people know that dancing as a wayang orang or a human puppet. So when they are dancing, they are wearing a puppet. So wearing a mask, so like that. And then in this room, we have 4 traditional masks from 4 regions in Indonesia, from Bali, Yogyakarta, Cirebon, and then from Madura. And all of that mask is made from the wood, so like that. And then in every collection in this room have a different story. For example, in Bali, Bali's mask, we have a story about Ramayana, one of the famous story in Indonesia. And then in Yogyakarta, like this one, we have a mask of Panji that also Javanese story that people know as Ande Ande Lumut story, so like that. And in here we have a Cirebon mask. Cirebon mask have a story like the Avengers movie. So this is a story about the superhero that fighting the evil people. The story called Mahabharata, so like that. And the last one we have a Madura mask. The Madura mask basically not for the dancing, but for the kind of praying for kick out the evil spirits from the village. So they are wearing the mask. After that, they are dancing, and they hope the evil spirit go away from that village. So basically, a mask is not just for the dancing, but also for belief, and then for praying in Indonesia. So like that.
So most of these masks, like the story came from a background from a kingdom. Is that right?
Basically, yes. And then many story that we show for the dancing is a story about Hinduism, because in the past time they using a wayang, they using a mask for teaching every people about the Hinduism. So,
and also you mentioned about 4 regions.
yes.
What are the differences between those 4?
Okay, for Balinese mask, to know the character of a mask, good or evil, we can see from the tooth, from the fang. The big fang, that the bad spirit. The small fang, that's a good character, so like that. And then for Yogyakarta, they have if you see the forehead, they have a motif, kind of like a batik motif. So that's from Yogyakarta. From Cirebon have a similar face with the Yogyakarta, but also have a different. We can see the different also from the forehead. Yes. And then for Cirebon, they using the motif of batik from Cirebon. That one is a batik Mega Mendung, so like that. So the forehead have a Mega Mendung batik motif. So that for Cirebon. And for the Madura mask is normally the character is always look like a monster. Why monster? To make a evil spirit scared with that a mask and go away from the village. So like that. Maybe we are going to another room. So we're going to the crafting room. Okay, Siska, now we are in the crafting room. So in the crafting room, so we have a many type of a crafting. So actually we have two type of crafting in this room. First one, crafting motif from Kudus and also the Jepara. Jepara is kind of the famous region in Indonesia with the best crafting in Indonesia. But in here I want to show you that we also have a beautiful crafting, but not from the Jepara. This one is made from the Kudus. This is the traditional door. It's called gebyok. And then this gebyok actually have a kind of a philosophy. So if we see, we can see from the size of the door. This just have a short size. Why we making the short or small size like this one? So for Indonesian people, especially Javanese people, when they want to get into the house, they have to bow. Yes, that the symbol of respecting. So that's why every single people in Indonesia, we always respecting everyone from every country in this world. And then that's the symbol of respecting. That's why we have to take a bow. So like that. And then after that, we also have apa lagi filosofinya? Itu okay. And for this crafting motif between Kudus and Jepara actually have a different. For the Kudus, if we see the motif, the design is full of a flower and leaf. That's from Kudus. But from the Jepara, we mix not just a leaf and a flower, but we also giving the symbol of an animal. So like that.
Are the materials different from Kudus and Jepara?
Same. Jepara and Kudus using the best wood for in Indonesia. That one called teak wood. So like that. Or Indonesian people call that one jati wood. So like that.
Is it hard to make all this crafting? Do they still make it till today? Or?
For now, it's totally difficult and then totally expensive. Maybe for making one door like this one, we need 2 until 3 months to making the big door like this one, because we have to making the detail of everything. Like this one, we have to making a detail like a small line like this one. And then the price is pretty expensive. So for one door like this one, it's kind of 100 million rupiah. Yes, we can get one car for this one door for now. So like that. That's why in the past time, only rich people have this door in their house. For normal people, they just have a simple door, not like this one. Like that. Yeah, a family of a kingdom, family of a sultan, family of a rich people, so like that. Okay, maybe we're going to the another room. We're going to the weapon room. So we have a traditional weapon here. Like that.